Hey everyone, welcome back. Wow, we are red again. It's kind of an interesting pattern here. We're now 3 days here in a row of red, and take a look at just when you go to, for example, CNBC.com. Look at this. We've got Dow futures down about 0.84%, S&P down 0.75%, Nasdaq down zero point 0.6. Oil's down at 63.55, and the 10-year Treasury sitting at just a yield of 124. It is just a little ocean of red here, and so it's worth also taking a look here at COVID cases because the market's being a little fussy over tapering and COVID and all of the uncertainties that, of course, we've been talking about for a while on the channel here. Really, I think taper fears are overblown. Yeah, look at this. Okay, so up again on cases here. We're at 162.7 thousand for cases. That does put us higher than the Thursday reading of last week, also higher than the Wednesday reading of last week. So still on that upward trajectory. And generally on Saturday, we get that big sort of hit in numbers. It was really weird that we got it on a Tuesday read here. So we'll see what happens this Saturday. But wow, yeah, red. So let's see specifically what's doing okay versus what is red. We do have we've got a green wall here of maybe 8 stocks. So we're not 100% red, but we're definitely in the red direction. My goodness. Let's see what we got here. We've got Macy's. I have to say this is a little bit surprising, up 6.3%. You've got NVIDIA up 1.4% after reporting earnings yesterday. And then you've got some other stocks here up slightly in the pre-market, but almost everything else is red. So it seems like if you have a stock today, you're probably 9 out of 10 chances of being red today. Not a surprise. So we are sort of continuing this trend now. Third larger day of red here. We've got Hydrofarm, DoorDash, Microvast, Moderna. These guys sort of leading the fall. Moderna being a very interesting case, since it seems like usually when people lately have had any kind of uncertainty, Moderna's been one they've run to. I think it's momentum, and it's Moderna's too propped up. Personally, I wonder if folks are just looking at the stock market in general, just pulling cash out and just saying, you know what, I'm gonna sit this one out. I'm just gonna wait on the sidelines. And I wonder if we're seeing traders do this. We're seeing institutions do this. Reverse repos continue to hit their highest levels in quite frankly, I mean, history since the establishment of reverse repos. It's nuts right now. So it's very, very interesting. So let's go a little bit deeper though and pick some individual ones here just to see what we've got individually here. So we do have let's go in here. Let's go to Win. Win, we're still waiting for this to start heading to under 90 for Win. Looks like right now let's see here. In the pre-market, we've got Disney at 173. We've got Win at sitting at exactly 91. Walmart sitting at 0.6. Upstart has just been one of these hero stocks of really the last 5 months. Things at 210, which is incredible. Tattooed Chef sitting at 1632. Tesla right back down 1.3%. Yesterday did go up 3.5%. Might be inclined to give that up again tonight. Yeah. Let's see. Individual. I also want to individually just look at Enphase here quickly. Let's go to Enphase. And here we go. Enphase sitting at, wow. There's 159 finally. I've kind of been waiting for it to break 160 because I feel like that's the start of the trend to where it starts kind of going down to that 120 range. And I'm just like, let's go. I guess we're going shopping soon. Etsy, interestingly, is still at pretty high figures here. I'm going to take a peek here, though, and see here if I still have my Etsy options, because Etsy's still sitting around the top. And it's not as high as like the 230 run that we see sometimes. Yeah, okay, I've got my shares. I've got my options. Etsy's one that I still have my options in. Etsy, Lemonade, Neo, Pinterest, Google, Amazon, Coin. A lot of the other options I've had, I've already closed. Tesla, of course. Okay, cool. So, wow, what a market. It's really it just feels almost like it's that bleed that's happening. Really incredible here. You've got EXPI also down about 2.11%, almost going to break back into the 30s here, and really continuing this this red rotation. I'm going to pull up some notes from Bloomberg, and then let's go ahead and see what some of the news is out here. Give me one moment to pull that up. In the meantime, I'm going to take a peek at some of the commentary here. Somebody says hood, LOL. Well, obviously it must be red if it's going to be hood, LOL, but let's see. Oh, wow. Hood, yeah. Hood, LOL. Why is that not on the watch list? Hold on, let's put it in here. It's down like 8-something%. Well, no, duh. That is good. Get this thing back down into like well into the 30s. Then you can actually go buy the thing more. So hood. Here we go. Okay, so that puts hood at, let's see here. Weeble's being so funny. Did you not want to let me add hood to the watch list? So I'll just type it into Google. That puts hood at 45.65. Still above that IPO pricing, but definitely slipping back towards it. Seeing a lot of that in this market. Okay, good. Sign into this quickly. And see what else we got here. I sold, someone says, I sold and the money calls yesterday with a big set of balls, happy for the red. Well, good for you. That's very, very good. Selling options, I'm happy about in this market. But now that this downward trend has really begun, I'm very excited for potentially buying shares, which I haven't really been buying shares in a while. So somebody mentions, hold on, is Kathy coming on? One sec. Okay, that would be around 8:30. Interestingly, interesting. So, but yeah, selling options. It's what we've been talking about. So good for you. Let's see here. We've got good morning. Good morning. Let's see if coin had I got a ton of covered. I got a ton of sold calls on Robinhood. Kathy's full damage control. Well, this market has been very, very rough to Kathy without a doubt. Oh, somebody mentions job report. So I think when you say jobs report, you mean the unemployment claims. Let's see what those came in at. All right, unemployment claims. What we got here? So we have U.S. initial unemployment claims drop for a fourth straight month. So this is good. Applications for U.S. unemployment benefits drop for a fourth consecutive week. A trend suggesting labor market conditions are improving. We dropped 29,000 to 348,000. That is better than expected based on a Bloomberg survey. Let's jump into, if you just type into Google unemployment claims, you should get the actual data. Here we go. Department of Labor. And I like to add up the 348 plus the PUAs. Where are they? Here we go. 109,000. So you add these together, that puts us at what, 460? Well, still 460,000 folks per week looking for unemployment. That's unfortunate. All right. And then before we look at some other headlines here, let me just see here, BTC. Yeah, BTC still rotating, still sliding a little bit. Very interesting. Let's go to ADA. I'm shocked. This is still well over $2.07. That's impressive. All right, let me see some of our notes here. Okay, so looking at Bloomberg, we have Bloomberg saying S&P futures are falling this morning with multiple explanations in play, including mid-month blues. Okay, that's an interesting one. Friday's options expiration, so volatility on Friday. Robinhood's warning about an industry-wide trading slump and fewer new accounts. True. And then, concerns about the Delta variant, likely amplifying a negative stock sentiment. Auto stocks are dropping as Toyota and Ford suspend production due to the semiconductor shortage resulting from the spread of COVID-19. A large study in the UK shows the vaccines are less effective against the Delta variant. That's interesting. I want to see that study. Hold on a sec. Here we go. Okay, here's one that's a Bloomberg, so I can actually show this one. Let's just show this. We only got a minute ish to go until the market opens, but COVID-19 vaccines are less effective against the COVID Delta variant, according to the UK, one of the largest real-world studies. Pfizer and BioNTech messenger RNA vaccines lost effectiveness in the first 90 days after full vaccination, after 90 days, though that shot and the one made by AstraZeneca still staved off the majority of COVID infections. When vaccinated people did get infected with Delta, they were shown to have similar levels of virus in their body as those who hadn't had shots, suggesting the vaccine might not protect those who don't get inoculated, casting doubt on the idea of achieving herd immunity. Right, because then you have people who are vaccinated with, who are acting as Trojan horses. In Israel, which started giving a third shot of Pfizer-BioNTech this month, initial results showed they had been 86% effective for people over 60. There isn't data yet to show how much the vaccines continue to protect against hospitalizations and severe cases of COVID over time. It's not good. You don't want to see declining efficacy. I would like to know in the UK, was there a percentage? Oh, yeah, here we go. Whoa. That's interesting. Pfizer down to 78% after 90 days. Look at that plummet. Ooh, that's very interesting. Okay, let's listen to the open.
I thought that Disney back at 172, you get a lot of people who are saying, wait a second, maybe Dr. Gottlieb's ahead of him saying the peak. But do you really think, if you don't think that COVID is going to ever be under control, even with boosters, sure, I could see selling Disney at 170. But if you think that there's a chance and you just got this pass to get
Here comes red.
line, they're doing a lot of things, then I don't know if this is the great thing to throw.
Oh, that's more red.
I think this is your first choice to sell.
Let's take a look at Brett as we get the opening bell going here in the CNBC real-time exchange.
That is pretty dang red. All right, we'll come back to this vaccine thing in a moment here, but wow, that is a plummet in vaccine effectiveness. I am shocked. That is really bad. That's going to be what's weighing on this market, folks. Holy smokes. Okay, let's just do a quick little survey here. So, Robinhood down about 8%. DoorDash, I believe I'm seeing here that DoorDash just announced that they're doing an offering. DoorDash shares said offered at 182 to market. Okay, so they're down about 4.5% here. Playboy down 2.6. Robinhood still sitting at 721. This appears to be recovering. Yeah, Robinhood appears to be going green here at the open. Yeah, look at that. That's interesting. Robinhood's going green. The Dow doesn't appear to be as red as it was. How's the S&P? Yeah, everything's going green. This is unexpected. Okay, that is very interesting. And Macy's is going red. So the stuff that was green is going red. Amazon's going green. Well, that is quite odd. Fastly looking green. A lot of the reds are looking green. What is this? Wish going green. Very interesting. Yeah, certainly got a lot trying to move up right now. $32 on Dave & Buster's. Okay, but hold on a second. I want to go back to this because this is very interesting. We're seeing This collapse is way faster than expected. Fits. I'd love to see it. We're seeing here the real world data of how two vaccines are performing rather than clinical data. And the data sets all show how the Delta variant has blunted the effectiveness of both Pfizer and AstraZeneca. Wow. This is insane. This is a plummet of what is that? 14% in 75 days. So if you go I don't know if you can do this, but if you were to extrapolate again, let's say another 90 days, right? 78% effective minus 14 again, then after 6 months, you'd be at like 64% efficacy. And again, I don't know if you can linearly extrapolate like this, but after 270 days, you'd be about 50% effective. And after a year, it'd be like 30% effective, 36% effective. I mean, like, again, I don't know if you could do that. You probably can't. I'm just saying that's a plummet. That's crazy. By roughly 4.5 months after the second dose, Pfizer shot will probably be on par with AstraZeneca's. That's even faster than what I wrote. After 4.5 months, you could be at 61%. Holy moly. Yeah, no wonder the market's red. It's like the vaccines that we thought were just like, oh my gosh, 95% effective. This is the greatest thing ever. Oops. That's not good. That's very interesting. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm still a fan of get vaccinated. I don't wish anyone get COVID, especially Delta, and end up in the hospital. I do not wish that upon anyone. But market wise, that's not good. That is not good. All right. So that could explain a little bit of this ocean of red that we're seeing, which we are seeing a little bit of green start propping up here. Okay. What do we have here? eBay Express, Mind Medicine. Yeah. It doesn't appear to be like a very deep red today. But I mean, it's certainly red, Delta 38, again, trying to recover here, going green on the offset or on the onset. End phase down about 2/3%. Coinbase down again, sitting at whatever. What is it here? 250. No, that's Square's 257. I don't know where Coin was, but it was just over here, down about nearly 1%. Tesla's down about 1%. Not as bad as it was in pre-market, which that's kind of what we're seeing. There we go. See, Robinhood just went red again. Take a look at this. Yeah, look at that. A little excited, and then yeah. Yep. No, Ted, I'm not the vaccine expert. You know that. Follow Martin Koldroff. I don't know who that is, but I'll write it down. Martin. Disease surveillance method, infectious disease outbreaks. Interesting. Since COVID-19 operates in highly age-specific manners, mandated countermeasures should be age-specific. Interesting. Okay. Let's see here. All right, good. So let's see here. Yep, Robinhood continues its decline. DD is also sparking to the downside. DoorDash hanging out here at this 183 figure. Neo, Xpeng getting battered again, both down about 3%. It almost does seem like higher valuation is actually getting hit harder than recovery right now. Carnival down about 2%. Cheesecake, Ethereum pulling down sort of with the market a little bit, crypto in general. Excuse me, with the exception of Cardano. Let's go. Let's see here. Let's hop into a little bit more news. Okay. Let's go out to the main here. Gosh, that is crazy. Yeah. Oh my gosh, it's front page on Bloomberg too. Oh, that's not a surprise. That's one of the big reasons the market's freaking out right now. The COVID vaccines are less effective against Delta, large study finds. I wonder if other websites are carrying this too. Let's see. Let's see. Actually, do not. Are vaccines becoming less effective at preventing COVID? Researchers puzzle over these suggestions. Rise in vaccinated people becoming infected with COVID has cast doubt over the efficacy of COVID vaccines. Oxford study published Thursday found efficacy of Pfizer against symptomatic infection almost halved after 4 months. Oh my gosh. Wow. That's not good. That's very sad. 2 research papers in the US and Qatar have fueled debate over the need for top-up booster shots. Situation has changed with respect to how far we think the vaccines can take us. We've been brought back to a more modest but still critical goal: prevent severe disease, hospitalizations, and deaths. Oh my gosh, look at this. Efficacy of Delta. Oh my gosh, Pfizer actually ends up becoming less effective than AstraZeneca after time. Holy moly. That's not good. And I'm mostly looking at this from a stock perspective here, because again, I always just want to be fully transparent. I do believe being vaccinated is good. I think preventing hospitalization is very important, but this is devastating just for because see, what stuff like this is going to encourage less people to get the vaccine, right? Obviously, which going to a stock point of view is not so good in a market point of view and a jobs point of view, because it'll take even longer to get to herd immunity if you can even get to it. Let's listen to this for a moment.
The exact percentage, but that's a huge cut for production here in August in North America. Toyota Motor Corporation, TMC, out of Japan, will be cutting production about 40%, according to reports, in September. So what you're seeing here is because of the global chip shortage, it's finally catching up with Toyota. Remember, early on, there were a number of stories written.
So you're in the UK and you're not seeing this? I mean, I don't know. I just went to the Financial Times, but let me go to bbc.co.uk. Isn't that the website? Oh, sorry, I typed BBC wrong. There we go. Taliban. I mean, Taliban's certainly covering a lot right now, but yeah. Oh wow, Toyota's production cut is 40%. Oh, I did not know it was that much. That's incredible. 40%. Yeah, you're right though. Let me see if it's in this cocktail of worries here. And then let me also pull up this production cut. Sorry. Right here. So BBC. So stock market and oil prices tanked. U.S. Fed warned it could soon cut back. Cocktail of worries. Let's see here. Final straw. It seems the Fed's exiting emergency mode at a swifter pace than peers. The minutes were a wake-up reminder about how much we've relied on Fed support. Yeah, you're right. There's very little. Like, I'm surprised. I mean, the Financial Times is an English paper, but I'm surprised that BBC isn't talking about this vaccine news, like you had mentioned. That's very interesting. Toyota slashed worldwide vehicle production by 40% in September because of a global microchip shortage. OMG. Biggest car maker has planned to make almost 900,000 cars next month, but has reduced that to 540,000 vehicles. Volkswagen has warned it may be forced to cut output further. The COVID pandemic boosted demand for appliances that use chips, such as phones, TVs, and games. On Thursday, German Volkswagen cut output earlier in the year, told Reuters, "We expect supply of chips in the third quarter to be very volatile and tight. We can't rule out further changes to production, aka cuts." Wow. Intel chief warns of 2-year chip shortage, car production being hit by pandemic. Is that like the delay in getting I don't know why I can't click on anything on the website, but anyway, we'll look at that. Until now, Toyota had managed to avoid doing so, with the exception of extending its summer shutdown. We've got new cars often include dozens of microchips, but Toyota's benefit from having built up a larger stockpile of semiconductors. Right, but that's gone now. Their inventory it's just gone. Wow. Okay, so what's a pingdemic? Let's see. Really? You're not going to mention it anywhere in the article? You're literally just going to put pingdemic in the title and not mention it in the article? Okay. Maybe some, or it just hasn't fully loaded. Okay, that could be. Let me see. Okay, here we go. Okay, good. Sorry, it just hadn't fully loaded. I was gonna say like clickbait. Okay, here. 2 issues. Okay, demand isn't the problem. The bulk of UK-built cars are sold overseas, and manufacturers say there's plenty of appetite for them. But 2 issues, both linked to the pandemic, we've got in the way of a recovery: the global semiconductor shortage and the shortage of staff resulting from the pingdemic. What is that? I don't get it. A pingdemic. Yeah. I did. Let me see. I don't know. But what are these kids talking about these days? Pingdemic. I'm worried what I'm going to find. When a large number of people are notified, pinged by a contact tracing app to self-isolate. Oh, it's contact tracing. Okay. We don't have apps that let you know if you've been exposed to COVID in America. No. Like you think you would. Like I thought Apple was going to create something like this last year. Wasn't there a thing where like you could like opt in to being alerted if you're in like no, I've never heard of any of it. Or seen people actually use it here in America. But that's interesting. A pingdemic in the UK. All right. Yeah, they did create those apps. They did create the apps, but nobody uses them. It's not great. I don't know why I'm laughing. Okay. Oh, this is exhausting. Okay, lots have deleted the app. Yeah, a stupid app. They spent billions on it for nothing. Yeah, should have known. People don't want that stuff in America. Very different mindset, compared to like New Zealand, or I would even say the United Kingdom. That's why it's actually a concern that take a look at this. I'll show you. COVID cases. Ready for this? Oh gosh. Here we go. Okay, COVID cases, United Kingdom. Here's your concern. Look at this. People were cheering that COVID cases were plummeting in the United Kingdom, but now not only have they sort of hit a shelf, but they're increasing again. And the UK is like 20% more inoculated than we are, 20 percentage points. I think they're like, I'm pretty sure now they're at like 90%. They were at 88% a few weeks ago. I'm pretty sure now they're at 90% of adults have had at least a single shot. But yeah, wow. All right. So Robinhood's almost down a full 10% now. Looks like we're getting a little bit more slippage. Neo's down 4% now. This Toyota news, I think, is just going to be horrible for the vehicles stocks. It just sucks. I'm never going to get out of my Tesla options. It's down 1.6% right now. Whatever. At least they're 2023s, so I still have hope. Oh, yeah. Red Robin is not yum today. It is down 18.7%. OMG. Towards the upside, for some reason, Macy's is going nuts. 80% second dose for second dose, right? That's incredible. If they're at 80% second dose, that's incredible. Geez, whiz. Okay, let me quickly just see, because Nordstrom is kind of following Macy's here, up about 2.4%. I'm going to find out why Macy's is up. I don't know. Maybe I didn't think they reported. Maybe they reported this morning, but I don't think it was yesterday. Macy's news. Okay. All right. Well, at least I'll look up their earnings. Give me a second here. Launch and Launchpad. All right. So, okay. I'm a little behind. Okay. Oh, wow. Here we go. Okay. So this came out about 3 hours ago. We have a Macy's gross margin at 40.6% versus 37.7%. Ow! How with all of those coupons is Macy's doing so well? That's really good. Gross sales of 5.65 billion, net sales of 5.65. We've got adjusted EPS. Wow, at 129. The expectation was 20 cents. That's incredible. Sees fiscal year sales at 23 to 24 bill. Expectation was 22. We've also got Macy's announces plan to return capital to holders. That's going to be like buybacks or whatever, buybacks or dividends. That's okay. That explains it. Wow. Good job, Macy's. Macy's just absolutely crushed it. Macy's new dividend makes it a top 5 yielder among retail peers. Really? Macy's reinstated a quarterly dividend, less than half of the last dividend paid out 17 months ago, but will catapult the department store to be a top 5 dividend yielder among its retail peer group. Dividend of 15 cents a share. I believe that's going to be it should be per quarter, but it didn't say. Payable October 1 to stockholders of record of September 15th. Yeah. Okay, so let's say it is quarterly. 15 times 4, that'd be 60 cents. And what's Macy's right now? Let's see. Macy's right now is 19. So 19.7 divided by the 60 cents. It's there we go. Oh, why is it so weird today? Hold on a second there. There we go. Okay, sorry. Computer's acting up. Okay, it's about 3%. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. Does your real prescription click on the SPY ticker? Oh, let's try it. But that's really good on Macy's earnings. I mean, they crushed it. But I'm still not happy for recovery stocks, especially with all this bad news about the vaccines. Okay. Yeah, I mean, really. No, so it does look like I can see the SPY. You know, I want to think about it. It like with the vaccine effectiveness the way it is, plummeting in this study, in this real world example, really what you have is the situation where it almost doesn't matter if someone's vaccinated. It's not going to affect them transmitting it to somebody else. They're just as likely to transmit it whether they're vaccinated or not. Is basically what we're hearing here from this research. I mean, that's what they just said. Here, I'll go to it. You know, and so, you know, now this idea of protecting other people is not really the case. I mean, sure, it might help you prevent going to the hospital, which again, get vaccinated is my message, right? But in terms of that herd immunity, or even like potentially the efficacy of like vaccine mandates, right? If vaccines don't stop the spread, then vaccine mandates don't really mean anything. It's just really a way of basically saying we don't want you to go to the hospital, right? Which is also very important. Don't get me wrong. I think that's great, but it's very interesting to see that. I mean, this study is not good. When vaccinated people got infected with Delta, they were shown to have similar levels of virus in their body as those who hadn't had shots. This suggests vaccinating large portions of a population might not provide those who get inoculated, or might not protect those who get inoculated, casting doubt on the idea of achieving herd immunity. That sucks. That really sucks. We'll take a screenshot of that. Yeah. Well, and you still have the dumbest CDC ever. I'm sorry. Okay, CDC masking. Please, folks, look at this. Still have not updated this. Complete morons to not encourage people to wear N95s. Like, this is embarrassing. And you could buy these things like dime a dozen. Let's see. N95. Let's see if they're starting to run out again. Okay, so these are all the sponsoreds. Oh, come on. Dude, look at this. You could get, these are reviewed pretty well. Hashtag not sponsored. Oh, but what is sponsored, by the way, is you getting a free stock with Public. Make sure to go to metkevin.com/public to pick up your free stock in the link down below. And also check out the 40% off coupon code link down below for the programs on building your wealth. You get lifetime access to all the new content that comes out, private live streams, with not lifetime access to the private live streams, but long access to the private live streams. Yeah. But anyway, look at this. A pack of 20 face masks for $60. That's very good. N95. This is very good. And so we got plenty of them. How many do we have? Like, how many can I buy right now? I'd get them next week. Okay. 3. Okay, so they don't have, I mean, I'm sure they have more than that, but okay, so that's interesting. Here are the duck ones, which some people like the duck ones for I don't know. I guess they say it makes it easier for them to breathe, these duck ones over here. I think people give them bad reviews because people think they look ridiculous. Fine. I mean, I kind of agree, but I wouldn't. Don't get these though. You got to stay away from the ones with the valve, right? This is for construction, the valve ones. I know these are designed for construction, but like these are good, in my opinion. Like these are okay too. A lot of these, by the way, will say like, don't use it for COVID. It's nonsense. Like they're very good. But yeah, anyway, like these particular respirators. If you ever, by the way, and then I'm going to go back to stocks here. If you ever, the N95 is not $8. Look at this. Did you see the 20 pack right here? Right here, 20 pack, $2.85 a piece. It's $3 a piece. Sorry. But anyway, if you wanted like much more like perfection, get a P100, like one of these right here. $12 right now. $12 for a P100. And then make sure you get the particulate filters right here. These sold out like crazy when the pandemic started. But these are very good. Look, here's your kit. How many of these you can subscribe and save to get these? How many can I buy right now? All right, I could buy 30 right now. Is that actually gonna let me put that in my cart? I'm not actually gonna buy this. Hold on, let me delete it from my cart to make sure it's available. So they got plenty of them. I mean, again, I don't know a lot of people who want to walk around with that, but like if you were unvaccinated and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm going into a potential COVID area, I would wear that, before wanting to go to the hospital. All right, excuse me. So AMC down 4%, Neo's down about 4%, Steel Dynamics 4.3, DoorDash 5, Robinhood's down about 9.13. See how the indices are more broadly doing. Let's go ahead and just throw in a little CNBC hunt here. So indices actually have recovered with the exception of the Russell small cap, which makes sense. Man, what is this crap, Alex? What are you talking about? Is Kevin trying to fearmonger? No, we're talking about the collapse of vaccine efficacy in a study that was released today. This is fact. If it makes you scared, I'm sorry. But anyway, and again, if you wanted to, more protect yourself, you should get an N95 at the very least, in my opinion. Anyway, so where were we? So, okay, AMC, DD, yeah, I mean, this is just rough right now. Voyager Digital, I mean, it's all just getting wrecked. I think this is going to be short-lived here on Macy's as well. Macy's going up 11%. I mean, I understand the buyback, and the sales are great, and it's pulling Nordstrom up, but and Macy's done very well out of recovery stocks. It's fallen the least. It's stabilized more than really falling, which has been very incredible. I mean, just look at the chart here. Here, I'll just pull it for a moment. Let's go to the day chart here. So here's your day chart. And this is very good. I mean, this is still, you had your pain here in July, end of July, beginning of August, but the stock just keeps going. It's like a train. You can't stop it. You can't stop it. Yeah. Well, no. I agree with you. I agree with you. And we talked about this for the 20 euros. We talked about this. I agree with you. We talked about this being, again, get vaccinated for the purpose of your own protection. Big fan of that. But in terms of the market, we talked about this also before the study came out, that I was concerned that we were going to have folks basically who are cavalier because it's like, oh, well, I'm vaccinated. That's it. It's good. I can't get COVID, right? And then they run around and basically just spread it to everyone. That's and so of course you're going to see cases going up. I mean, I personally think you could potentially even have more cases than you did previously, and potentially more dangerous cases for people who are unvaccinated, because you have vaccinated people going around giving it to everyone. That's what that false sense of security is what's very concerning to me in terms of community spread. Again, in terms of your personal health, yeah, I agree with you. You don't want to go to the hospital, so I agree with you. But yeah, thank you. I still appreciate you clarifying. I mean, sometimes I don't say it as clearly as I should. So, okay. Yeah, Dave & Buster's down 3.8. Okay. Canadian Solar down again. Does this mean, what's Enphase we're doing right now? Let's go ahead and pull it here. Yeah, all right. Let's see here. Enphase. Oh my gosh, Enphase went green. I'm shook. I was not expecting that. I was looking for more discounts. All right, let's go ahead and refresh this. All right, so let's see here. Yeah, no kidding. Beware of Robinhood's reliance on Dogecoin. I was actually surprised that they said a lot of their crypto revenue came from Dogecoin in this last quarter, because it wasn't really like that much of a momentum play. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. All right. So anyway, what else do we have here? We've got, there are growing concerns of a market correction coming. Why is it that they always seem to run these articles while it's super red? Here, let me sign in really quick. Give me one second. Dogecoin is tulips. Oh my gosh, that's an insult. All right. Here we go. All right, let's see what we got here. After a summer of rapid-fire new market highs, some strategists see a growing concern of the stock market correction coming, and September has historically been a common time. Stocks have already been jolted this week as concerns about the Fed's move to cut back on its bond purchases rattled investors. Stocks were headed lower Thursday, and we know that. Okay, strategists point to concerns about inflation, Delta, Fed's plan to taper, a consumer slowdown, and more recently, geopolitical risks in the aftermath of the pullout of U.S. troops from Afghanistan. Nah, they spelled it wrong. Typos happen. All of that creates worry. Plus, the calendar will soon roll over to September, the worst month of the year for the stock market. There's also a time when many strategists say it would be better to shift into value and cyclicals over growth and large cap tech. Oops. What poses a risk for the market is that sentiment levels are high, valuations are high, and have been on a tear lately. At the same time, there are a lot of potential catalysts that could get the market worried. Yeah, no kidding. Melt up or melt down? I think you got your 5% drop coming here in the S&P 500. All right. I would say 5% is going to be a meaningful decline. I don't know, man. I think it's going to be more than that. But anyway, we'll see what happens. We will see. It's a long article. Patty, fix your typo. Okay. Anyway. By the way, if you find a typo on my website, meetkevin.com, would you please mind emailing us at staff@meetkevin.com so we can fix it? Two things about my thing there at meetkevin.com. The plan, it evolves, like we improve it regularly. So when we do interviews or meet with experts or end up with more research or whatever, we update the website. So there's constantly this like, oh, there's new information, put it on the website, and then we wait for sort of a copywriting update, and in between sometimes a typo can slip in there. So if anybody finds it, we'd love your help. And texting, by the way, if you wanted to text, I think that opens up again in like 2 hours. But anyway, okay, very interesting. AMC right now down 5%, down at 34.65. Let's take a look at this. Let's see here. Yeah, that's a straight down here. Ouch. You've got Microvast, Hood, Steel Dynamics, GoEV, DD, Open, Wish, API. This guy's just all getting killed. API 26. I'm worried API is going to end up bankrupt at this point. Like, this is just a bleed out. This is a horrible, horrible bleed out for API. Yeah, the what's it called? The I don't even know what it's called anymore. The Clubhouse fad is over. It got destroyed by Twitter and Discord. Anyway, okay, let's see. Hut 8, I don't really see anything particular here. I'm surprised you've got some green again here. Look at that. DocuSign, Enphase, Etsy. These guys green today. Now up about 1%. Matterport 1.42. So we've got a little bit of recovery. Had maybe a little bit too much nervousness this morning. Nvidia's only up about 0.5% after killer earnings. Thought it would have stayed up a little higher. Palantir's flat. Okay. Let's go ahead here and jump back into headlines. So let's go to Bloom. So SPY just went green. Yeah, that is interesting. I think you're right. Let me just go that. You're right. Look at that. The S&P 500. Well, it's at flat. Yeah, no, here. Up 0.18. You're right. Okay, yeah. So that's obviously big news. It's actually interesting that COVID study is now more front page news than the Taliban news, which the Taliban news has been a lot. And this is interesting. There are shadowy Taliban leaders now running Afghanistan. All right. Biden defends his booster shot push. Says it's past time for his. Stocks and commodities drop on Fed growth worries. All right. What else? More than 4.82 billion shots given. COVID tracker. What else? What else? Nicole Kidman allowed to skip Hong Kong's strict quarantine. Oh. Well, that must be nice. Stock slump. Biden maps a huge booster push. Urges school masks to blunt Delta variant. Junior bankers have seized the upper hand on Wall Street. Okay. Adidas fails to revive Reebok. Looking for something more. What else do we have here? Soaring cost of food is forcing families to skimp at the dinner table. That's not good. Let's take a look at this. This is a whole piece. Inflation in the freezer shut in leading households around the world. Yikes. Whether supermarkets, corner stores, or open-air markets, prices of food have been surging in much of the world, forcing families to make tough decisions about their diets. Meat is often first to go, ceding space to less expensive proteins such as dairy, eggs, or beans. Some households, a glass of milk has become a luxury reserved only for children. Fresh fruit, once deemed a necessity, is now a treat. Wow. That's crazy. Food prices in July were up 31% from the same month last year. 31%. A portion of the rise is transitory. Haven't heard that one before. Fueled by supply chain disruption and extreme weather. Although some of the bottlenecks caused by the pandemic show signs of abating, structural changes such as climate change and China's strong appetite for imports will likely endure. Yikes. Looks like, what is this? Oil's up 43%, sugar up 25%, cereals up 25%, dairy's up 12%, meat's up 6.5%, and the shrinkflation too. Wow. I'm predicting we're underestimating the chance that central banks will take more drastic markets than central banks themselves are predicting. Yikes. On the plus side, fast food has gone up, so people might eat healthier. I don't know. I mean, if it all goes up, then fast food is still the cheaper of the bunch, right? That's crazy. Ay. Okay, so let's talk about food. Is making me hungry. All right, let's see what Jim's saying. Let's go listen to Jim for a moment.
Said that Moore's law, there was speaking about Gordon Moore, founder of Intel, one of the founders, is dead. That it no longer works, and that what really matters are the cards that NVIDIA has, that they're much faster, much stronger, much more powerful. What do you say to the idea that Moore's law is dead?
Well, we as a company are committed to exhausting the periodic table and keeping Moore's law alive and well. And I like to say, hey, until every aspect of the periodic table has been pursued and considered, Moore's law ain't dead. What we're seeing in the announcements that we've made around our new process technologies, and we're now moving into what we've called the Angstrom era, Jim, with our Intel 20A and Intel 18A process technology announcements. Moore's law is alive and well, and we're the company that's going to keep it alive and well for decades into the future. And the roadmap that we've laid out, we feel very confident that we're going to continue through this decade and into the next.
Gosh, I just want to pause and just say, he is so excited about the periodic table. He's so passionate about this. Good for him. Moore's law, the doubling of doubling of efficacy or power in chips every 2 years, right? So folks are saying Moore's law is going to die. He's saying, oh no, until we get through the periodic table, Moore's law ain't dead. It's kind of interesting. Yeah. All right. Anyway, so, well, folks, I would say at this point, it is time for you to get your free stock with Public by going to mechkevin.com/public. Check out link down below for the courses on building your wealth, 40% off. And we are within the next few hours. If you didn't get assigned yet to texting, we will have that up. I think the patch is in, so we should have that up. And should be able to text by 9 a.m. Between 9 and 10 a.m. Pacific, I would say. Thank you all, and we'll see you in the next one. By the way, if you go to Twitter, if you haven't seen it yet, it's just worth seeing. Again, if you haven't seen it yet, Stephen Colbert. I want to put this at the in all my videos. His little sort of mock impression of a YouTuber, which is funny. Let's just listen to it because it's a good way to close this out. Okay. If in case you haven't seen it yet, let's just do it. Here we go. So cool.
Who could be the next governor of California?
Here we go.
So, who could be the next governor of California? According to one poll, the front runner is 29-year-old YouTube influencer Kevin Paffrath. What up, Callie? What kind of policies do you want to see me enact? Hit me up in the comments. Like and subscribe. Bye. Paffrath.
Yeah.
So,
there you go.
Who could be the next governor?
You heard it. Like and subscribe. Anyway, thank you and goodbye.